The sun was already setting, painting the sky in crimson and gold tones when Anna stood at the edge of the cliff. The wind tousled her hair, seemingly echoing the storm raging within. Her heart was filled with despair, and her thoughts were tangled like a tightly woven knot. She felt lost, lonely, and useless to this world. Life, which once seemed bright and full of promise, now appeared to her as merely a succession of gray, meaningless days. The exhaustion from the struggle, from the constant feeling of guilt and emptiness, had descended with such force that she had no strength left to resist. At the very moment she had taken a step forward, ready to let herself fall into the abyss, a voice rang out. A male voice, strong, yet filled with concern. "Stop! Please don't do it!" Anna turned around. At the edge of the cliff, a few meters away from her, stood an unfamiliar man. His face was troubled, and his eyes looked directly into hers, filled with such sincere pleading that Anna involuntarily stopped. He approached cautiously, as if afraid of startling a trapped bird. His name was Maxim. He was a local fisherman, a man of simple but honest life. He was returning home late that evening after a long day at sea when he saw her solitary figure against the dramatic sunset sky. Something in her posture, in her stillness, made his heart clench with anxiety. Maxim didn't try to lecture her on the meaning of life or ask what had brought her here. He knew that words could wound even more in such a state. Instead, he simply sat down nearby, at a safe distance, and began to talk. His voice was low and calm, like the sound of sea waves, lulling and soothing. He spoke about himself, about his life, about the simple joys he found in each day, in the smell of the salty sea, in the warm touch of the sun on his skin, in the ringing laughter of children playing on the shore. He spoke about how important it is to cherish every moment, how even in the darkest times there is light, if only one chooses to see it. His words were neither intrusive nor preachy. They flowed naturally, like water, finding their way to a heart that had almost stopped beating. Anna listened, and the walls of despair she had erected around herself began to crumble slowly but surely. She felt that for the first time in a very long time, someone had seen her for who she truly was, not the person she showed to the world, but the one who suffered inside. They spent the entire night on the cliff. Together, they welcomed the first rays of dawn, which gently illuminated their faces. They talked about everything and nothing. Maxim listened to her, without interrupting, sympathizing, but without pity. He saw her pain, but he also saw a spark of life in her eyes that she herself barely noticed anymore. In his presence, Anna felt, for the first time in a long time, not alone, but seen, heard. As the first rays of the sun touched the horizon, Anna realized she no longer wanted to look into the abyss. She wanted to live, and she saw life in Maxim's eyes. In his simplicity, in his strength, in his sincerity, he was the anchor that pulled her out of the raging sea of despair. Their relationship developed slowly but surely. Anna learned to trust again, to believe in good again. It was a long and difficult path, but Maxim patiently helped her. He didn't pressure her, didn't rush her. He was simply there, offering his love and care. He didn't ask about her past, didn't try to delve into her pain, but he was always ready to listen, to support, to simply hug her when she needed it. A year after that fateful meeting on the cliff, they got married. Their wedding was modest, surrounded by the closest of people, but filled with happiness. Anna, standing next to Maxim, felt like the happiest woman in the world. Her wedding dress was simple, but it caught the reflection of the dawn's sun, like a symbol of a new life, a new beginning. She found in him not just a savior, but also her best friend, her partner, the love of her life. They built a house by the sea where they first met,